You might still see it in the desert.
Hi, this is Benny Benassi. Hi, this is Armin van Buren.
Hey, what's up? I'm Dairo from Holland.
I'm Thomas Gold.
Hey everyone, this is Fella Granny.
I am Mickey Romero. And I'm in the groove with Swedish Egil.
More music, more fun.
GrooveRadio.com.
Thank you for tuning in to Groove Radio. I'm your host. My name is Swedish Egil, here with my co-host Angela. And joining us in the studio, Tommy, how are you?
I'm great. So glad to be here in LA.
Yeah, but happy to have you here on the show, live on the show. What a great song that is.
Appreciate it.
And that is your number one song on your personal Beatport chart at the moment.
It is. It's actually doing really well in like South America and all those other Latin countries.
Yeah, you wanted to put a Spanish lyric on that thing, huh?
I really did, but I mean, I thought it was going to be really difficult trying to find somebody else to just translate it in Spanish and then do a whole new release. It's a whole different project.
Yeah. So you have a brand new collaboration that we're going to be playing a little bit later on. After the interview, we're going to end in that brand new song. But how long have you been making music?
I think I've been making music for about 10 years, but in the beginning it was kind of just like something that I really started to enjoy doing, but it was like, it wasn't a profession. It was kind of just beat making, just out of curiosity. And then once I started getting older, I realized, you know, wow, like this is, you know, when I got to really go out into the club scene, when I turned 21 and et cetera, it was like, I love this. I love how people treat DJs. I love how, you know, the music sounds, and I just decided this is what I was going to do.
Okay, well, you've been successful at it. You've been doing, how many releases and productions have you made so far?
I think I have, off the top of my head, I have releases on Juicy, Armada. I have remixes on Universal, Capretto. I have quite a few out. We have a lot more coming out too. Actually, we have one coming out tomorrow.
Okay, which one is that?
It's called You Can't See, and it's coming out on Ripton Records.
Okay, very good, very cool. And you also just got a really good record deal. Something just happened today. Your manager gave you some great news. Can you share that with us?
So yeah, my managers called me today. I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to remix a really great record by Fletcher. It's called Undrunk. It's actually circulating pretty hard on mainstream radio right now. So I took a crack at it, not typically into doing full vocal remixes. So I did a full vocal, kind of like a Future House remix, and Capitol's picking it up.
Ah, congratulations, Tom, and it's freaking awesome. So you also have your own label called Summon Records, right?
Summon Records.
And what are you doing on that label?
It's fairly new. We needed a platform to really want to self-release our own kind of music, so we don't really have a long-term plan for it right now. We're just kind of like picking things up as they go. We're trying to figure it out now. So we are accepting demos for other house music producers and techno producers. So yeah.
And where should they send them to?
They could send them to summonrecords@gmail.com.
Okay. And are you working on something now? Are you traveling now, or?
I have the record coming out tomorrow. I have a record that I'm actually doing with Frank Nitti, who.
Okay. Wow. Okay. It was just here. Yeah.
So we're doing a collab together. I have a record out with well, not out, but it's in the works with Angelica Johnny from New York. Amazing record. It's more mainstream, not what I usually put out. And yeah.
Okay. Angela, you had a question about Miami, I think. What are you going to be doing in Miami?
So I'm doing the 418 release party, which is a label in Philly. Really good friends with the owner, Gino. I'm doing the Juicy Beach party with Robbie Rivera. And I'm doing another gig with Robbie Rivera and David Tort at Centro in Wynwood. And I have an appearance at iHeartRadio and some other stuff going on. So.
Oh, okay. Very cool. So now tell us about your collaboration partner, Richard. Yeah, you're going to have to say the last name.
Everybody gets it so wrong every time. And you know what? He's kind of just at the point where he's like, you know what? Just say whatever you're going to say, because I'm just going to correct you anyway.
Richard F.
Shout out to Richard. Richard Fraioli. So when we actually only met about a year ago, and it was down at Miami Music Week. And when we met, it was literally no conversations about music or anything. It was about video games and retro clothing and just, you know, nerd stuff. So I had told him, I said, you know, we should definitely work on something when we get home together. So I sent him a few tracks, and Trapped in a Bassline was just something. He was like, I love this. Like, I love this. And it was barely even a thing at the time. So we just, you know, we sent a lot of stems back and forth, and I ended up FaceTiming him at all hours of the night, which I know Richard loves. So, so yeah, that's that.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So, what is his background?
So he's actually playing Ultra this year. He's been playing for, I believe, 15 years. He's got a long, extensive DJ history. I'm not sure what kind of releases he's got coming out, but Richard's he's established. He invited me to Boston to play with him at a club called Royale. And so I went and DJ'd with him that night. And it's just incredible how like one city can love one DJ so much.
Yeah. Well, he's the man. We're going to be checking out the song right now. I just got a couple of more questions for you. One, you mentioned your gigs in Miami, but outside of that, like where else are you going to be?
So I'm actually doing a party with Ice-T and Mr. X. Ice-T's making techno these days.
Wow. Okay. Yes, we know about that.
So that's going to be at Szymanski in Brooklyn. Other than that, I've been so just pounding away at making remixes and trying to finish up. My manager wants me to try to put together an EP at some point, which is like, I can't even think about that right now.
Okay.
But we're actively booking gigs, so.
Okay, very good, very good. So if people wanted to look you up to see where you're going to be, what these new releases are going to be, what the new remixes are going to be, what are your socials?
My socials are all the same. They're at Tommy Capretto, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything.
Okay. And when you got Richard involved in this song, Trapped in the Bassline, you had already got started on the song, right?
Yeah, it was an idea. I think I had the groove of the record down, and it was more along the lines of like structuring the track out, which he had a lot of great ideas. Like I think the third breakdown before the last drop was all him. Like putting that Moog in that 808, like it completely trips people out in the club. They think the drop's coming back, but it's just a massive amount of just bass.
Okay. And what a trapped in the bassline, what does that mean?
It's just like when you're on a dance floor and you just don't even care what's going on. You're just kind of like swaying side to side. You're just moving, not paying attention to people, man. It's just like you're trapped in what's going on in the club and the feeling. It's
right.
I wish more people would do that.
Okay, more people will come and see you doing it, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Thank you very much, Tommy Capretto. Thank you for coming into the studio. It was great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
And great to meet you. And we're going to be checking out this song right now. And this is Richard Frioli.
You can say Frioli.
And Tommy Capretto. At least I got that right. Trapped in a Bassline. Let's check it out.